Welcome back to another live session, traders. Hope that you had an enjoyable day and trading days as we are on the second day of trading week, beginning NFP week with first news coming later today, Xauusd job opening, and that's a first high impact news for the week in matter of around 2 hours time. Starting with that, we will see possibly big week tomorrow coming up, early Asian session CPI on AUD, followed by in the NY session ADP non-farm employment change, and then advanced GDP, followed by CAD, and also later will come FOMC. So all of this will be covered in this live session with all of you guys together trading like we do every day. And this is gonna be potentially another big one. Thanks for joining the live session here. Friday. Oyomeka, welcome. It's not Friday, but the name is Friday. So let's look at today what we are up to here on some major pairs, gold as well as dollar yen, AUD USD bearish, and euro dollar and GBP USD, both of them bearish. So you can see that there is a downtrend on euro dollar with a bearish engulfer from this resistance line, trying to break below here, and British pound US dollar doing the same thing. We can see the market has broken that high, tested the 20 EMA. On GBP USD news coming, we could see that the market to potentially trend. Daily chart on GBP USD pretty highly bearish. On euro dollar as well, we see that there is a downtrend here, and we might be able to find a potential entry on the USD pairs as it is currently in a sharp downtrending market structure. Looking at the 4-hour price action, if you look at here, you can see that it's a strongly falling market, and because it's in a strongly falling market, if we look at this price action on the 1 hour, also the market was respecting this 10 EMA and having that rejection back below here on euro USD. We'll come on to that while we are looking at also gold. If you look at here, you can see that this is the 1 hour price action on gold. There was a bounce early. You guys have seen that from that level. The market has managed to break below to this support level again, which is now retesting the high. And this is the 15 minutes price action that you can see the price has tested. There is a potential for another liquidity grab from the 4 hour here that you can see after this 10 EMA retest on the 4 hour chart. So you can see it's a sharply falling market. 10 EMA retest, and then the market has broken back below here. So this is a very strongly falling market. And in this market, we see that the price is showing that strongly bearish. I'm just moving some directional bias here to see the overall picture. taking the chart from past to the present, and here we see the market has done that a huge drop initially and then pull back to that 10 EMA. Currently the price again moving up for another potential liquidity grab, which is that it's a bear market. So let's delete those lines here and then to test again in that area. So here is what we can see after the crossover of 10 and 20 EMA. The price, if you look at here, you can see it has done significant directional move here, followed by 4-hour chart drop to this support, now going back up for another possible retest in that area. So this is we saw the bear flag that we discussed in our previous session. Now here I'm looking at potential entry from this bear flag, and we saw the price has broken above from the bear flag to the upside from this support level, and with that breakout, if you look at here, it's a breakout to the upside from this bear flag. The price again pushing back here for another possible retest in this area. A Xauusd job opening coming here, and that Xauusd job opening may give here a possible what I think after retest to trend in the major direction. That's what we could see here in this market, because it's a falling market and the price has dropped to the support again after the liquidity grab. The price again on the 4-hour resistance line, and there's a possibility for this market again to continue to trend to the support level. So this is 5 minutes resistance. I will be explaining later the strategy and all the trade setup, reason for the trade. I will be placing a pending order here in this level at 3320.96 level, and my stop loss will be above this high here. So I will be placing a sell stop here in that area. Stop loss keeping above this high, so which will be nearly to 36 pip, and I'll be targeting this trade to this support level here, which will be 3 to 1 reward to risk. So it's gonna be a sell stop trade here. $3321.10, stop loss at 3324.75, and TP target here at 3309.85. Placing the sell stop here on Xauusd. So I'm at entry at the moment. So I'm going to enter the trade. Now this is a falling market long term. I will be keeping my stop loss 3325, as there is a little bit of gap needed for the 3325.15 for the spread widening or anything. So that's 3325.15 is my stop loss here. And as if you look at the 15 minutes, that the market is in a bearish trend from the, if we look at the 1 hour and the lower time frame, we can see this market from the 4 hour, it reached that resistance line. And if you look at the 4 hour here, this is the resistance level where very tight stop loss that I have used. Now I do use a very tight stop loss. That's how the best way to keep the risk managed. If we are stopped out, we easily can enter again, but it will give us more room. Here is the 1 hour, 4 hour price action that you can see, and 15 minutes price action that you can see also. That's where the market is maintaining that structure in that area. Though you see that there is an inverted head and shoulder in this area, but the possibility for this market to remain bearish is higher. And I'm waiting to see that the market is managing to break the low here. Because it's a long-term bear market, let's wait for the first trade to see how it does, and then we can easily adjust whenever needed. Welcome. Hello, welcome, welcome. So as we see that this market in a trend where the price is maintaining that long-term downtrend so far, and because it maintained a long-term downtrend, the price is potentially to remain to the major direction of the trend. There's a 5 minutes close here, and so if this market breaking that low, we see that there's a 15 minutes close and also the 30 minutes close with a bearish engulfer formation here, bullish engulfer in that support level. Now looking at this price action from the bigger picture, this market already made quite a few bounce in the past. If this price get reject, we could see straight coming down here. That's what the trade was taken. If the price break below here, we should be able to see that the market is coming back below to create a new lower low in this market. That could be a fake inverted head and shoulder, and then the market to trend down to the low. That is where you can see the market is maintaining that downtrend. If you guys are here to give a thumbs up, as we see the coming up very important news. So we are on the trade here, and it's coming down here with the downtrend and dropping down. It's the easiest way to trade with the trend from an important area of value. That's all we need. You can leave it's breaking below here, guys, in the direction of the trend. So what's the logic behind the trade that we will be looking at? As you can see, this is the 1 hour price action, which is sharply coming down, and like to see the full 3 times TP hit on this one. And as it's in fact coming back below here, right? So I am running on profit with this trade, and would like to take a bigger win so that we have, when we take a bigger win, we always stay in the profit zone. The market is moving in our favor, and let's hold on to that. When it goes, we need to take it to its fullest. The market is trending here, maintaining that series of lower high and lower low, which is in a downtrend. If you didn't like this stream, I would appreciate if you give a thumbs up, smash it, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. Looking at the 1 hour price action, this is where it's a falling market, and we see that rejection from the top, and that's important to see that the market we see that the market is trending here, which is in a downtrend, and would like to see the price to potentially continue to drop back below here to create a new lower low. So the goal here is to see the market, we are taking a trade in the direction of the trend, and that is where we are at. Here is that we saw the rejection back to the upside, and from that zone the price is this is the 15 minutes candle. Now this 15 minutes candle, if it is closing as a bearish red candle, the next candle should be breaking back below here to the support level, which is potentially to remain bearish once we see the price is maintaining that downtrending market structure. So here is the price is maintaining the downtrend. The price is breaking back below here, and we could see that the market is maintaining that bearish market structure. Here is after this long week getting again trying to pull back to the upside here. So the 15 minutes that we are seeing would like to see that it's closing as a bear candle, and I think the market may potentially close as a red candle. As if we look at the 4 hour price, we see that the market already made this move in this session, and we have seen that pullback. So the possibility to come down here is higher. There is a consolidation here with a neckline formation, and after the consolidation the price has gone back up, retested, coming back here again to fill that zone, and that feeling could continue to drop here this price to create a new lower low in this market. From the 1 hour here that you can see the price is maintaining the downtrend, and from the 15 minutes and the lower time frame also the market is showing that bearish market structure. Now here would like to see that it's maintaining bearish drop. We can see the price to maintain 15 minutes candlestick, but it's important to see the price is maintaining that downtrend in that area. Here is a long wick, and with a long wick from the 5 minutes also forming a long wick doji here. And this 5 minutes candle, if it is closing as a narrower here to this level, we'll be looking for that sell here in this market. As this trade that running in, once we see enough drop back below, we can move the stop loss nearer here for potential securing some profit in that. It's creating a very narrow couple of dojis in this area. Waiting for this market to show up with a stronger trend. Now, if we look at the coming up in couple of minutes, there is Xauusd job opening data coming in around 1 hour 20 minutes from time. So before the data, the market should start to move in one direction. That means either to be fully bullish or fully bearish. Though we saw that there was a consolidation here that is on the daily. Now it was trending this market for very extended time, and today we have seen that from this bear flag the market has broken to the upside and then rejected back below again. So therefore this market may break below, because it rejected from the top, from the high. The price should be moving back below here. Now that being said, we see some rejection here, and that rejection could lead the price back below here. We are on the trade and would like to secure this one to see if this market, you can see here is a fake move. We could see that the price to break the support as multiple false breakout signals that the market may move in the opposite direction. This is a very important point when we are trading to look at. When you see that multiple false breakout in one direction, the price most likely to go the other direction. Have you ever thought that? So if you see that, let's say a false breakout making on the resistance multiple times, most likely the price will break the support originally. If you see that the market creating multiple false breakdown on the support, that means most likely the price will go to break the resistance. Isn't it profound? Isn't it very important information, guys? Say yes in the live chat. I would like to see how many members are paying attention here. Welcome. Welcome. Gold analysis, yes, that way you see that. Welcome. And we see as from this level, now 15 minutes closing, as I mentioned earlier, that this price, potentially this candle closing as a bear candle with a rejection from this important resistance from this 20 EMA and 10 EMA. So that is where we are seeing that the market is maintaining that. You can see this trying to push back down here. Okay, this is the 1 hour. Sharply falling, and it might lead the price back below here. From the 1 hour, it's forming a 1 hour long wick rejection, and I think that candle, you guys see that the trade is on, it's running in profit, but this candle may break below here, and if it breaks below, you might see that break of support straight coming back to this liquidity zone here. So it will depend also the lower time frame how the candle is closing. Now this 5 minutes candle that we can see in the last moment, there is some buying pressure coming. In the last moment, there is some pressure coming in the market, and if there is a weak fill, then you see that the market to there is a 15 minutes close with a long wick doji. Now expecting a weak fill here, and then to drop down with this weak fill. As the market is breaking back below with a long wick doji here, that long wick doji is showing the market to trend down here to the support level. From the 1 hour, as the market is broken back below, so in the last moment there is a rejection of the lower price. So it's on a very important level. From the 4 hour, again the price is trying to push back here, and let's see what kind of candlestick pattern it's forming. From the 4 hour, there is a drop from this level, and as this candle 4-hour candle closing in 1 hour, the possibility for the market to retest this support is higher, or for the market to remain bearish. We'll be waiting to see what kind of market structure it is creating in this area. Okay, so getting some rejection, long wick candle formation. Is this trying to break above? So you see that, you can see there is this is 1 minute price action where from this support level there was a again break to the upside, and this is an overextension leg here, so that could be a false breakout again. If that's a false breakout, we can expect the market to come back here to the support. Depending on how this candle is being formed in that area. Here's a long wick and wanting to see the market to come back below here with a long wick rejection, coming back to this support level. That's what, if once the market managed to break below to this support, and this is an important support, we will be looking into either to take profit or to move the stop loss at some level here. Here is from the 1 hour, we see again overextension back to the upside. We see the price has retest again, and this is very impressive to see. The price might be getting the rejection from the top. Now looking at 1 minute chart again, we can see that the price again has crossed all this previous swing high here, and from this level we see that getting the rejection. Now 3318 is a very important support level. So to see if the market is, what kind of market structure is forming. The buyers tried to bought from this 10 EMA on the 1 minute, but it's not holding on to that. How the market structure is trying to build. It's going to depend on now how the market is going to go back up to create a new higher high, or getting a rejection here, which we see that from the 1 minute the price is trying to get the rejection here, and this is an overextension here on the 1 minute, and after this overextension we'll see that what kind of market structure it is forming here, for possibly to create a new higher high or to break below to the support level. Here is a long wick in that area, and it's a straight up bigger structure formation. We are looking to see again from the 1 hour candle closing, which is one single bounce back to this 4 hour resistance line. Okay, so getting that rejection expected here because of the 4 hour resistance line, and before the candle close, if we see that the market is breaking back below, So you see it's trying to reject from that area from the 5 minutes, also creating a long wick doji here. Here is the market. This is the 1 minute chart again. Let's see if it is forming a head and shoulder or just a rejection from this level. And this market may try to break that high. Getting that upside bias. So you're seeing the 1 hour candle close, pretty long candle, and tested this 4 hour resistance line. So one single move that we have seen, we are seeing the 1 hour candle close coming. Right, so we are at the 1 hour candle close, and depending on how this candle will close will determine either this market will get that rejection back below or going up further. There is a doji formation here in this area on the 1 minute and the lower time frame. Got a doji, and here is 1 hour closed. Is the market going to create a new higher high or coming down here? There is a bull pressure in this area. From 1 hour, a long 1 hour, 1 minute rejection candle has formed. That being said, the market may try to now pull back below. Very critical price action from the 1 hour closed. The possibility for this market to come here to this support level also higher possibility, as this market is overextended to the upside from the 4 hour, and we see that some rejection from the top, dropping back below near to our entry. It's the way that we need to look at. what kind of market structure it might be forming. Now we see that after the 1 hour close, as the news is coming in 30 minutes, if this market getting the rejection from the high, we may see the price to break the low here. And now this is a critical price action, as if this market bounce here from here, breaking the 1 hour high, we might see that even breaking this high here. If it continue to drop, we may see that straight coming back, breaking this support level. As we are on the sell side in the direction of the major trend, I'm going to hold that we are almost near to the entry. I'm not going to close any break even or anything like that. I would like to take profit or the stop loss, either any one of these. Now it's a sharply falling market at the moment on the lower time frame. This is with the 1 minute price action with a long one single impulse back to this support. Here the market structure showing trend, but at the same time it's trying to get back to the upside again. So the ball again trying to take that move back to the upside. If we look at the intraday 4 hour again, this is the resistance where the market is getting the rejection from the top. We'll be looking to see that welcome. I see hidden divergence on 15-minute RSI. 15-minute RSI, we could see that some because the market was consolidating for a longer period of time, we might see that the divergence, but at the moment rather than we could see that the price action confirmation, divergence might appear due to the long consolidation. Sometimes the market shows this kind of signals when the price consolidate extended period of time. If we look at the 15 minutes RSI, green, a little bit of divergence slowly trying to appear, but the best kind of divergence, if you want to trade divergence, is to see this one here. You can see that when the market goes in an overbought like that, okay, overbought or over, so these two areas are crucial. They are on overbought. Here you can see that it's oversold, and that is where the market, you see that when the market reached that kind of oversold, it immediately rejected back again. So here, as you can see, the market from the 15 minutes rejecting from this level, trying to get a rejection here on the 5 minutes as well. So that shows possibility for more liquidity here. Let's look at to see if this market is, yeah, okay, we can see there is a rejection again on the 1 minute. There is a sharp liquidity grab with this 1 minute. Now if that candle is becoming a reversal candle, we can expect it to come back, or it could be a continuation candle as well with this doji, because the market either can break to the upside or can break below. Because if it is breaking below, that's where I'm looking to see the market to come back to create a new lower low with this. And in that case, expecting to break 3318 level. There is a fair value gap here, the imbalance before the 4-hour close, to come down and then to fill that zone. And as job opening, the news will come with the 4-hour close on the 12 in my zone. So with that candle, we might see the spike even further down back below. We are now on in this one here, showing that bearish move. This is the 5 minutes price action, which is in a sharp downtrend. So currently the market again started to trend, and if this get a rejection, we could see that to drop here. I'm waiting to see that potential breakdown here from this level. As it is possible yet to have a reaction back below, because if it breaks below, we could see that to fill that fair value gap here. Now, looking here in this zone, we see that there is a 5 minutes long candle with a 10 and 20 MA retest. Okay, so it's dropping that low here. We are on the profit zone now at the moment. And now to break the low, we're trending down, and that downtrend is a potential continuation here in that direction to create a new lower low. Okay, we can see that downtrend continuation, melting back below here. running in profit, and we would like to see that the market is coming back to break this low, which is here is a fair value gap. We are on a trade, and let's hold on to that. As I mentioned earlier, you might see that break below, and it managed to break well below. So come on, why is struggling to come back down here? Suddenly got a rejection with a pin bar. That's weird. Okay, so getting that rejection again with one bearish engulfer formation. Cool. Very long, narrow doji. (15 minutes) close with a big long candle. Now we're going to run this. It's struggle to drop. We have 44 minutes for this candle to close on the 4-hour, and we are looking to see a possible, I think, head and shoulder on the 15 minutes with a long bearish engulfer, the previous one. The price trying to break the high. Now after this bullish candle, we saw that pullback, and now the price is trying to push back here to fill that long wick in that area on gold. And that long wick candle that we can see is potentially breaking the high or coming to break the low. It's crucial to see what is creating here. It's trying to form a bullish structure, but if it fails, then we might see that break below. You guys seeing how the market structure is being formed? It's very interesting. There's a doji, the price dropped to that level, has gone back up again. The market may drop here or breaking to the upside. Now it's trying to form a pin bar on the 1 minute chart. With this pin bar formation, when the market move in a sideways, it's just move in a sideways. You can see one single move from this doji brought the price back to the resistance again, and so it's testing the high, and from the 1 minute, it's a full bounce back to the upside. So it's on the resistance. Let's see that. We see there is a 1 minute pin bar again being formed. That's a very basically it's a liquidity grab. You can see that whenever the price is going there, getting the again, we might see coming to the support. Now this time, if the price break below this low, I will be taking the profit, as it's not showing a very stronger trending direction here in this market. So this is the 5 minutes candle is being formed, and looking at 5 minutes, that you can see a long red candle. If it is forming, coming back here, I will be closing the trade, and we will be looking for further entry later. Here after this red candle, there's an order block here. You can see from this doji the price has gone back up here, and with this order block is the market coming here for another retest. Waiting on that move for this market to come back here to this support level. So another doji on the 1 minute, and coming down. Okay, this is, if you look at the bigger picture here, you can see that the consolidation, how it has made, and that consolidation is very like there is no predictable structure formation in that consolidation. It just broken any of this level and then gone to the other side. Now if we look at the higher time frame, then we can see that there is a trend here. Especially it happens when the market possibly prepare for a long-term trend change. So if you look at the daily, that's where the market might be changing this trend from a downtrend to an uptrend, as today only the market is showing bullish after this quite a few days of drop. So that's why the sellers are struggling to sell off. But what we see that the market on the 15 minutes and the lower time frame, whenever it's going up, getting that rejection. Okay, so the 30 minutes candle close coming up in 5 minutes time, and I'm just looking at to see where the price potentially coming to break below 1 minute doji, and okay, so it's trying to break below here with this long wick. 3319.40 is the nearest support that we have seen the market has come. See, it's whenever coming down, getting some kind of rejection from the lower price. So it is taking liquidity from both direction. If you closely look at it, you can see it's forming a doji in that side as well as this side. the price always follow the path of least resistance. So if you look at here, the market tested in the past this direction, so it may find more easy path to drop rather than rising to the upside, and I think that's where the price might follow that direction, because in the past the price revisited those area, but here it's getting that long wick rejection. But if the price managed to break that high, we might see, as I mentioned, that change of trend from the daily, and this is a very tedious consolidation, and now we could see that break below. All right, cool. Coming down here, coming to the zone. If it breaks, it might just keep coming down with a stronger momentum. Now, as soon as the market will cross this low 3319.40 with the running profit, I am going to close the trade. Still I am running on, as this market now becoming pretty volatile due to the news coming up. We'll be securing the profit once the market managed to break that 3319 level. Right, so I'm running in profit and would like to see that it's breaking below further, and come on. So there is a 15 minutes candle closing in 10 seconds. There is a rejection from the top. Now, the possibility to break the support, let's wait to see, or bounce again to the upside. And from the 15 minutes doji formation here, as of 30 minutes candle closed, with this 1 minute bearish engulfer crossing that low, and all right, cool. We see that there is a long bearish engulfer, and I might go out with this trade very soon with the running profit. Is still running. Okay, it crossed that low. I'm going out with this trade now. I've taken the profit. I've taken the profit here. It's a if you look at here, it's the market was struggling to break that low, but finally it's broken the support now. Before we have seen the market melted back below. That's a drop here, and another successful trade from the 4 hour. The market managed to break the low, so we might see that now a trend here. Have you guys secured the profit with this trade? Give a feedback. Thank you, sir. 1 hour bullish engulfing candle valid. Yes, that's where we can see the market has made its move back below. If you guys enjoyed the trade, give a thumbs up. If you enjoyed, make sure you give a thumbs up. And also, what's your feedback on this trade? And this is what we would like to see, that the market is maintaining that trend where this is now sharply falling. You can see it's just broken the support level. That's the key here, right? And so well done. Now, yeah, okay, cool. It's keep pushing down, that you can see, and this is showing the trend continuation. You might see now with the 4-hour close, we may see the market to potentially come back below this low here. We might see the market to come back below this low here. Good morning. Welcome, Kevin. Now, here is as finally it managed to break the low. It's most likely that you see this market to trend down again and could come back. It's already to the daily support level that you can see, and now from the daily support we might be able to see the market to come back here to fill some of this imbalance here in that area. And once the price to fill those imbalance, either to trend again or continue to drop, as it's just in the beginning of the week, we still have the whole week to see. And from the weekly price action that you can see, the previous week there is a pin bar. Now that pin bar is a bearish engulfer, and we might see that this market to break down here to this this is the weekly 20 EMA. I think the market to come back here to this weekly 20 EMA, possibly to break below. Now you can see it's breaking that 4-hour support, and we might see that the price to come down to the support level. So this is the daily price action. You can see it is just trying to push the daily low, and after pushing the daily low, either it could break the daily support again, or we might see another possible bounce. So today's low is here, 4-hour is here, and 1-hour bearish engulfer, 15 minutes chart. We are seeing the market is showing bearish trend in that area. Now, how the candle closing is important, because after the 4-hour close, we might see that the market to continue to trend, or you can see from the daily support is trying to push back again to the upside. And depending on how the candle closing, we will be able to see that potential further trend, and we can look for further entry opportunity as this is support, and from those area we can look for further entry opportunity. Now the price is breaking that support here, which is a sign that the market may continue to drop. Looking to see further entry. The market trend is down, and we see the price has managed to break that low, still on the daily support level. 4-hour close coming in few minutes. Once the market managed to break that low, we may see that potential further downtrend continuation here. As if you look at the overall market structure on the 4-hour, that we can see that this market after the crossover here, the price first time tested the 10 EMA, and then it rejected back below here from this 10 EMA, and that could signal the market to trend to create a new lower low, or we could see a rejection here and then to revert back again to the upside to the weekly high. So if you look at this weekly high is here, and if that's the weekly high, we might see that this market to possibly go back up. Here, as you can see, this is a support level, and from this support expecting either penetrate back below further to break the low, or potentially bounce back to the upside here. Now it has penetrated the low. Depending on the lower time frame price action now will determine either after the candle close if the market will continue to rise or will drop here. And when we are trading, as you know that guys, this is NFP, we have 20 minutes for the Xauusd job opening coming, and that news is important because that's where we'll be able to see when the market, ultimately with the ADP non-farm employment change coming tomorrow, how we could see the market reacting to that, followed by FOMC. So this is a pretty big week. Trading is when you have the opportunity. That's how best way to trade, when the market giving the trading opportunity we take more. When the market not giving, we just stay back. That's what the smart trader trade. Now if you enjoy trading, make sure you don't miss out any part of the live session that I'm doing every day. And also we'll coming on live on FOMC, and would like to see you guys trading here. I'm still on until the news to be published. Just job open to see if further move in the market, which direction the price potentially be heading. At the moment we can see that let me see the pool that I have posted earlier. Did I post any pool? I think we posted a pool. Power of technicality. Yes, this is technical analysis is very important in terms of short-term trader, because as a retail trader, do you see bullish move tonight? That's a very critical question. That's one to I ask in the pool. Let me ask you guys. Let me ask you the same question. So I have posted as a poll. Now, with the coming up job opening, the market might turn around after news. That's a good question. So I posted a poll. Let's see what you guys are thinking. 15 minutes look like a BUS potential. Upside is still 330, I think. 50 minutes look like a BUS breakout structure potential. Upside 3320. 3320. This is currently what I would say that a complicated price action. Why? Because when the market, this is a very interesting fact that you'll see that over and over again. Let me explain what it is, guys. This is gonna change the way you look at the market. You see that I have drawn the channel, which is a bear flag. So the market was moving in that channel, right? And that channel now has broken on both directions. So here is the high. You can see that this is an overextension. And here it is now an overextension. So it has broken both direction. Now, the reason I was sell here and we successfully closed this trade is because of this leg here. So when you see that the market has broken this side, so if you look at from this channel, it made this false breakout and then the prices come here, okay, but it didn't break the low that time. So there was a potential for break low. This is what I was talking about over and over again, right? Now it has broken that low. So it has done breakdown and breakout in both directions, the market in that channel again. So now the question is, which one it's gonna play out? Is this going to bounce back up or it's coming back down? That's what we have posted as a poll. But let me explain to you guys how you will use this price action. Now the information that I'm sharing with you can change your trading forever. So I would like you to pay just 1 minute attention. See what I'm showing here. I put a circle here. Right. This is 15 minutes price action. Go to the 4 hour. What do you see? 2010 EMA on the 4 hour. Look at the past. It didn't touch. It looks like the touched here, but it didn't in fact. Since from here. You see that? Go back to the 15 minutes again. You see that move? Boom. One single big move on the 50 minutes touch the 4-hour 10 EMA for the first time in this entire move, change entirely. The market has dropped back down, is still dropping. Look at the ATR of that move. Daniel, some people even think big drop between 3270 levels, so I'm still waiting your session and news. But yeah, news is gonna be really game changer. Based on volume, I believe it will take over 3308, then bull 334050. The volume is still bearish. Okay, by the way, welcome. Yeah, volume is still bearish. Okay, if you look at the volume, still bearish, because the price action will tell you a story about the volumes. If you look at the daily, you can see that. Okay, you can see that the strength of the candlestick pattern. So the strength is, the red candlestick strength is still very high. If you look at the 4-hour, also the same reflection, you can see the strength of the red candle is very high. How do you know? You might say, okay, I see a lot of green candle, only 2-3 red candles, but look at those green candles. They are long wick with a smaller body. That means there's struggle here to bounce up. But when it comes down to the red candle, which is closing in few minutes, it's a full body red. So it's almost nearly to closed as a big red candle. So that is where the secret to understand the price action when the market is going to drop or bounce. So the possibility for breaking the low, let me see that 67% saying that, do you see bullish move tonight? Guys, cast about, I see that most think that bullish tonight. Can it don't go, looks like little oversold, that's why I think bounce seems right to gold is oversold, that's true, right? But it is still didn't, if you look at the multi-time frame analysis from the weekly, let's delete those lines here to see that the multi-time frame analysis. Now you can see that this is a pain bar here on the weekly, and from that pain bar, okay, so you can see the market, this is the weekly price action, and from that level it just separated and then dropped back below here. So that level, after this gap, there is a support that we can see, and because there is a pin bar from the weekly and it's coming to that level here, the possibility for this market to drop down is high. It's less likely that this price, without breaking 3250 or 3245 level, we may not be able to see the market is going to go bullish, or even with that break it might even drop well below here, because there is a pin bar. Now this weekly pin bar is, if we look at the high and low, is almost 11,000 pip, right? So if that's the situation, then we can expect it to almost the same pip, right? So around 10,000 pips. So that might bring that price to break this support here. This is just a speculation, it's generalized understanding of how it might do, and that's what the market mostly do. So that being said, if you look at here, this is 15 minutes price action, also reflecting that bearish move potentially. Here fake out, drop, now it's putting the pressure on the support level. We have 8 minutes to go for this Xauusd chop open to come up. Let's get ready for potential another setup while the candle is closing on the 4-hour chart. So it's trying to create a structure formation here in this area. So here from the I will keep on the 4-hour time frame at the moment. The charting to see the how this 4-hour candle is closing with the Xauusd chop opening. And you can see that it maintains a smooth series of higher low. So breaking below is where we might see that this market to trend down. And it's on the daily support level. In case it's having a bounce spike, then we might see that the price to test this high and then to reject back down. We have 5 minutes to go, and with this news coming up, we will be looking into an entry once we see the price settled. Looking at the 4-hour price action that I'm waiting to see that this market to come back down here to create a new lower low in this market. I hope that you guys enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up. Smash the like button now and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. So looking into this one here to see possible break. We have 4 minutes for the data to come up. And that's starting up a big schedule. That news schedule will make quite a few pairs pretty volatile tomorrow coming up. AUD USD, dollar CAD. So tomorrow is a day for dollar CAD, AUD USD and gold. So these 3 pairs gonna be very volatile, and followed by next day will be JPY day including FOMC. So here we will see tomorrow AUD USD coming up. 4-hour we have seen the drop. As with the Xauusd chop opening, we might see that AUD USD to have some movement from the daily. We see that it already has shown that bearish move from the daily, weekly, daily and 4-hour that you can see. It's an important support, term resistance. And on AUD USD, we might see the downside. And if we look at NZD USD, dollar CAD, Euro USD, Euro USD, we see that also has broken the support, and it may move up here on euro dollar to break that high. We might see a bounce here on euro dollar or pull back at certain level and then to drop. So after the news, we will review again how the market structure has formed while looking at gold movement to see. We have 1.5 minutes to go for the data to come up. We'll keep eye on 4 hour to see how the candle is closing. If the price close back below, we might see that continuation back below here to create a new lower low. As we are almost nearly to the end of this candle, and waiting to see that dropping down or breaking the above level. Cool. Let us come out. $7.44, which is pretty red. How did that? So you see the market with this data, you can see it has shown an upside bias, and I think it's gonna potentially be bearish. 1 hour candle close to it, a big long candle. Time to move back to the upside here. Okay, so from this 5 minutes candle, if we look at, if this one is closing as a narrow doji after the test of this 10 and 20 EMA, the next candle may continue to drop here. How this 5 minutes candle will close, as this is a new candle, will determine the next movement in this market. And I think it's gonna potentially be a bearish move here on the lower time frame. It is potentially moving is in a complete sideways at the moment. You can see that there is a bearish move. The price is breaking back below. As we discussed, it's a falling market that you can see it's a sharply bearish. So the market has managed to trend down here to create potentially new lower low in this market. So here is we see that this market finally potentially breaking below, as it's a bull market. So 5 minutes chart that we see after the bearish engulfer, we'll see that what kind of market structure form. As it is a bear market, we could see potential trend continuation. And for me, next I will be looking for sell entry once we see the price has shown that enough price action confirmation. If you look at this 15 minutes candle, this is the current 15 minutes candle, it just has broken the low. Now we'll see that how this 15 minutes closing, as if you look at here, you can see this is a support. The price has just tested this support and then trying to retest again to the upside here. As with the 30 minutes that you can see also, the price is going to retest again. It's creating a doji. Very volatile. We'll be waiting for an entry, as we have maintained another successful session. And here what I think you can see, the market is now after the stop is on a pullback, so it's maintaining this trend line and I will be looking forward to have an entry potentially for sell after price action confirmation, and any trade also coming out I do share in the group. So you guys make sure you stay connected by joining also the Telegram. You can find link below this video for more update, education as well as analysis like that. Thank you, and I'll see you again very soon trading live together, as tomorrow coming up ADP non-farm employment change, as well as in London session we'll be trading the live. So make sure guys you stay there, stay connected for learning and growing as a trader. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.